It all begins in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where Walter White, a mild-mannered high school chemistry teacher, lives a simple, struggling life. He's brilliant yet overlooked. Once a promising scientist, now reduced to teaching uninterested teens while working part-time at a car wash just to make ends meet. His wife, Skyler, is pregnant, and his teenage son, Walter Jr., has cerebral palsy. Life isn't easy, but Walter endures it quietly, until everything changes. One day, he collapses at work and is rushed to the hospital. The diagnosis: terminal lung cancer. No warning, no hope, just a ticking clock. He has months to live, and nothing to leave behind for his family. That's when something inside him snaps. The meek teacher decides he's done living a life of humiliation. During a ride along with his brother-in-law Hank, a DA agent, Walt witnesses a drug bust. Hidden nearby, he spots one of his former students, Jesse Pinkman, escaping. In that moment, a wild idea sparks. Walt realizes he can use his chemistry skills to cook high-quality crystal meth, and with Jesse's street knowledge, they can sell it. Not for greed. Not for thrill. But for his family's future. Walt tracks Jesse down and proposes the unthinkable, a partnership. Jesse laughs at first, thinking Walt has lost it. But soon, the duo teams up, using an old RV as their mobile meth lab. The result is astonishing: crystal meth so pure it glows blue, a product unlike anything on the market. Word spreads fast. Heisenberg, Walt's new alter ego, becomes a name whispered in fear and awe across the desert. But success brings danger. Local dealers, cartels, and law enforcement all want a piece of the action. As Walt's double life begins, he tells himself it's all for his family. Yet, with every cook, every lie, every risk, something in him starts to change. The timid teacher begins to fade, replaced by something darker. The stage closes with an image burned into Breaking Bad history: Walter White standing in the desert, wearing nothing but his underwear and a gas mask, holding a gun, the RV smoking behind him, the birth of Heisenberg. Walter White is no longer just a man, he's becoming a myth. The timid teacher has been replaced by someone ruthless, someone driven, someone who calls himself Heisenberg. His blue meth has taken over the streets, and everyone wants it: dealers, cartels, and killers. At first, Walt and Jesse's small operation seems controllable. They cook quietly, earn some money, and hide the truth from Skyler. But soon, reality catches up. To expand, Walt partners with Gustavo Fring, a calm and calculating drug lord who hides behind the facade of a fast food restaurant owner. Gus offers professionalism, structure, and millions of dollars, but also danger beyond comprehension. Walt becomes obsessed with control. Every batch of meth he cooks brings more power and more blood. His lies pile up at home. Skyler begins to suspect, then discovers the truth. But instead of leaving, she becomes part of the cover-up, laundering money through a car wash. The line between right and wrong vanishes. Meanwhile, Jesse struggles with guilt. The violence of their trade haunts him. He's manipulated by Walt, used like a pawn in a game he barely understands. When innocent people die, like Jane, the girl Jesse loved, Walt stands by and watches, convincing himself it was necessary. Each death hardens him, making Heisenberg stronger, colder. The empire grows, and so does Walt's ego. He begins to see himself not as a criminal, but as a creator, a king. When Gus Fring sees him as a threat, a deadly chess match begins between two geniuses of deception. Every move could be fatal. In one of the series' most iconic turns, Walt orchestrates a master plan. He outsmarts Gus completely, planting a bomb that kills him in a fiery explosion inside a nursing home. It's brutal, brilliant, and horrifying. The moment Gus's calm face disappears into the flames marks the full transformation of Walter White. He's no longer doing it for his family. He's doing it for himself. For pride, power, and the intoxicating feeling of control. He's not the victim anymore, he's the danger. The stage closes with one of TV's most chilling lines. When Skyler, terrified, asks him if he's in danger, Walt simply says, "I am the one who knocks." The world of Walter White is now ruled by Heisenberg. But the higher he rises, the closer he gets to falling. Walter White, now Heisenberg, has conquered his empire. But empires built on lies and blood never last. The man who started cooking meth to save his family has become the very monster he once feared. With Gus Fring gone, Walt stands at the top of Albuquerque's criminal underworld. He and Jesse return to cooking, this time, under Walt's full command. The blue meth spreads wider than ever, money pours in faster than he can count, and Walt's arrogance reaches its peak. He buys flashy cars, stacks millions in cash, and believes he's untouchable. But pride blinds him. His partner Mike warns him. "You're a ticking time bomb, and I have no intention of being around for the boom." Walt doesn't listen. He kills Mike in cold blood, another step down into darkness. Meanwhile, his brother-in-law Hank, a DA agent, keeps chasing the mysterious Heisenberg, never realizing that the man he's hunting lives right inside his own family. That truth eventually explodes, when Hank finds a note in Walt's bathroom that exposes everything. In a single, silent moment, years of deceit unravel. The family shatters. Skyler is terrified, Jesse is broken, and Hank is desperate for justice. The once mild chemistry teacher is now America's most wanted man. Walt's empire collapses in chaos and death. Hank is killed by a cartel gang, Jesse is enslaved by neo-Nazis to cook meth, and Walt flees into hiding, a ghost surrounded by his own guilt. In his exile, the truth finally catches up to him. He admits to Skyler, "I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it. And I was really alive." In the series' haunting finale, Walt returns one last time. Not for revenge, but for redemption. He frees Jesse, confronts his enemies, and leaves behind the only legacy he ever truly built: destruction. With his body failing and his empire gone, Walter White dies alone in a meth lab, surrounded by the machines and chemistry that once made him powerful. As the music swells and the camera pulls away, we see him lying on the cold floor, a faint smile on his face, finally at peace, finally free. He started as a teacher. He became a king. And he died as a legend, the man who broke bad.